Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shri Gangai Nathay Namah. Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Dada Gurudev. I welcome everyone on the session of Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga. First of all, to all of you, happy Shivratri. The very auspicious night today is celebrated in India as Shivratri, and very auspicious because this is the celebrated night every year on the occasion of Shiva's marriage. Whoever does this vrat, those who are not under the guidance of Guru, they must do this this night. They must awake whole night and should remember Shiva by any means, should chant his mantra or any medium to be connected with the Shiva whole night, and with the gracious of Shiva you will get on the path of the moksha, liberation. You will find the Guru. So Shiva is the medium to find Guru. Most easiest way to find a Guru, to reach to the Guru or get under the guidance of Guru is the Shiva. So today night, if you are not under the guidance of any Guru, you must obey this night as an awakening night for you under the guidance of Shiva, and with his grace you will soon find a true Guru, spiritual Guru and capable Guru who will lead you to the liberation. That's what happened with me. I witnessed this today. I can proudly say the Shiva being in my life, or with his gracious grace, with his blessings, I could meet my Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag, and Gurudev has initiated me on the path of self-realization, which is with his blessings I am able to tell people about this mission and about my transformation which Gurudev is doing. And I today on this auspicious day and night, I remember Shiva also being my Dada Gurudev. The photo you can see behind in he Baba Shri Gangai Naji, he's our grand Gurudev, is my Shiva. By his grace only I could get Gurudev Shri Ramlal ji Siyag, and with Ramlal ji Siyag's grace I could find my Shiva in the form of Baba Shri Gangai Naji. So I got both. I got my Shiva as a Gangai Naji, my grand Gurudev, and my Gurudev, my cause of my liberation or awakening, ascension, and self-realization by Shri Gurudev. Only Guru can liberate you from the bondage of this cycle, life and death. And so you must obey this night today if you are not under any guidance. Probably when you will watch this session, so it is very obvious you have done some kind of spiritual practice to Shiva or Krishna or any Durga or any goddess. That only that way you can reach to this today's session. If you are listening this session, that means either you are connected to Guru or you will be connected to Guru very soon. So if we are connecting through this session, because I am doing this session on the behalf of Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag, and he is a capable Guru who initiates disciples all over the world with his divine mantra. Gurudev says there is no difference between Guru and his mantra. So somebody who listens the mantra spoken by Gurudev in his divine voice is actually adorns or actually takes Gurudev himself in the form of sound, mantra sound. So there is no difference if you sitting somewhere and you think I should go personally physically to meet Guru and personally take Diksha, then it is not right in this mode. Guru is not a body, he is an element, and he says the one who connects with me through my voice is the one, same thing is connecting with me, because I am an element, I am everywhere. So if you listen the Sanjeevani mantra in Gurudev's voice, which we will play in the end of the session, you will be initiated and you will have equal benefit or more benefits in initiation rather than those who were personally in touch in physical form with the Gurudev. Definitely physical form of the Guru has grace and the enlightenment and aura. But for the disciples, those being close to the Gurudev's body, they always feel that Gurudev is a body. So if practitioners like us who never met Gurudev physically, we are into the more advantage that we are not into the shadow or fall for the body of the Gurudev, and it is the plus point for us. So never take it a negative point that we never met our Gurudev, he left his mortal body, and how what will happen. It is a plus point for us, because for us Gurudev is an element, and that is the universal truth. Okay, so you can listen the Sanjeevani mantra in the voice of Gurudev, and you can walk on the path of spirituality. He will help you in every way. Between you and Guru there is no one, and Guru is the biggest element, the final element, which is the cause of liberation. And for more detail of Guru Siyag Siddha, you can watch the 11 sessions we did. The first book written by Gurudev, the spiritual revolution in the world. You can watch those religious revolution in the world. You can watch those sessions, half an hour each session. Probably first 20 minutes are the repetition. Every time I talk about the basic of the Siddha Yoga, then rest of the time, for 15 minutes I talk about 12 to 15 minutes I talk about the basic. Then rest of the session is the new information about the book. 11 sessions, small sessions, will give you complete information about Guru Siyag Siddha, how to get initiates, what are the benefits, how does the Kundalini work, what is the process of awakening spirituality and everything. You'll get a fair idea. Once you do that, start doing chanting of the mantra without moving your lips and tongue. Do 2 times meditation. Be completely surrendered to Shree Gurudev. And the next book is Bible ki Bhavishwaniya, the prophecies from the Holy Bible. We are reading it. The 5th chapter we have started yesterday, and we are reading it, and the very good information about Gurudev being a comforter. Jesus, when made some prophecies, he said the comforter will come which will liberate you, and we are reading it how Gurudev is a comforter. Along with that, we can also read Maharishi Shri Aurobindo, where he says on the 24th November 1926, the Krishna has descended in the physical form. That was the birthday of Shri Gurudev. And on the 1st January 1969, when Shri Guru Ma said the divine has descended on the physical, on the earth, that means on that day, 1st January 1969, Gurudev Ramlal ji Siyag attained his first Siddhi, its first power, Gayatri power. So that was the day also mentioned by Guru Ma. So we get many clues from Rishi Aurobindo's writings and from the Bible and many other scholars, those who have done the foretelling. We find the clues about the comforter, the Krishna descent at this point of time. So this book actually help us to understand the life of the Gurudev, the transformation Gurudev has gone through, and how he is a comforter, and what is his philosophy, and how he is doing his work. Everything is given in the detail. So this book is very much important for those who are following Guru Siyag Siddha. They must read it in either Hindi or English, both languages. The book is available. So we will start. We will not waste more time. This is a basic information which consume almost about 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So now we will start reading of our chapter, 5th chapter, which we are doing. And let's see what is today in the store for us, what information Gurudev gives us through this session. Okay. So this is 34th page. Prophecies from the Holy Bible. This chapter name is Initiation. You can follow all the sessions from the first. Okay, recorded. You can watch those sessions. Prophecies from the Holy Bible also mean this only. We have the following references from the Acts. So if you feel disconnected with this particular session, the last session is the start of the initiation process, where we talked about how Guru initiate disciples by different mediums, which we discussed about initiation by touch, initiation by mantra, initiation by sight only, initiation by volition, and Gurudev said, I initiate people by the mantra, which I just explained in the start, that mantra and Guru there is no difference. Once you hear the mantra and you hear the Guru, he itself is a Guru, mantra itself is a Guru. So that we discussed about how the initiation is done, what is the point, what is the main phrases given in the different books of great books written by Swami Vishnu Tirtha and Swatma Ram Hatyo Pradipta about the Guru, how the Kundalini awakens with the grace of only a potential Guru. So that's what we read. Now we are reading about what is written about initiation in the prophecies in the Bible. So that's what we are going to read today. Okay. But Peter, standing up with the 11, lifted up his voice and said unto them, Ye men of Judea, and all ye that dwell in Jerusalem, be this known unto you, and hearken to my words. Chapter 2, verse 14. For these are not drunken, as ye suppose, seeing it is but the third hour of the day. Chapter 2, verse 15. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel. Chapter 2, verse 16. And it shall come to pass in last days, saith God, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. This is most important line I found in this chapter so far. He says, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. This is how the baptisma by the Holy Ghost is given these days. That is how I am initiated into the Siddha Yoga. Gurudev initiate you by he generally says about this line, particularly in Hindi. Let's suppose you have a diya, which is like a candle, the oil lamp. You have a oil lamp, but it is not being enlightened. It's not been lighted. I have the same lamp, but my lamp is glowing, is lighted up with the grace of Guru. When you contact with me, what I'll do, I will enlighten your lamp also. So with one lamp, many lamps can be enlightened. It is the same thing that I will pour out. Enlightenment means, the light means it is the soul. Light means soul. There is my soul which is awakened. I can awaken your soul also. I can enlighten your soul also once you come into my touch. This is the same thing written in the Bible. Says, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Flesh does not mean my body of bones and skin. It is not about that flesh. Flesh as matter of dead means sleeping soul. All those people, those feel they are live, they are living their daily life, eating, sleeping, enjoying, earning, success and everything. They are doing great jobs in the world. They are just a flesh, because the day they close their eyes, they are gone. So being they are into the flesh. So here flesh means the persons, those are not awakened. Okay? When I will pour my soul, when I will pour out my spirit upon all fleshes, they will be wakened up. Okay? What we are seeing, opening an eyes, is not make us alive, not make us waking up. We are not waking at this point of time. We are sleeping just like a flesh, dead flesh. So Guru will awaken us. That is what is written. And your sons and daughters shall prophesy, and your young man shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. It is again very important thing. When Comforter will come, how do you identify it? He will initiate you internally. He will not give you anything from the outside, like baptism with the water. Water is outside thing, so you get baptism through water. But when the Comforter will come, he'll not do anything from the outside. He'll initiate you inside, because he cannot pour out your souls into your souls outsidely. From within, soul is connected within. It does not need any kind of medium to be connected, like my body is different, somebody is a different body standing, and I pour into something into him. Soul does not get pour into like that. Soul connects in a subtle way. So Guru's connection happens to the disciple through the mantra. As Gurudev said, there are different kind of initiation method, and I does it with with my sound, with my word, because the creation of the universe is happened with the word. Word once I spoken has gone into the sky, into the heaven, and it will not be stopped. Nobody can stop it. So Gurudev awakens you the through the medium of his voice. He is being into his voice forever. So when you listen the divine mantra in Gurudev's voice, your soul is awakened. It is nothing something pouring down into it. So it is a medium. It's being just a medium. And there are different medium, Gurudev said. This is the medium I use. But the Gurudev used this medium. There are other mediums which we have discussed in the last chapter. And when it will happen, when the comforter will do this, the science and how do you identify he is a comforter? That your sons and your daughter will do the prophecies, not the comforter. If you think comforter will come and will make prophecies, do not expect him to do that. He will not do anything like that. He will make you capable of prophecies. Those who are initiated by Guru Siyag Siddha, they will talk about prophecies. They will talk about the real spiritual knowledge. They will talk about the transformation, because the comforter will not praise himself for this and that. His disciples, their transformation will be the sign of the comforter. So they say in this Bible, it is written that when it happens, God says, I will pour out my spirit upon all shells. What will happen then? And your sons and daughters shall prophesy. They will be capable of seeing unlimited past and future, so they can prophesy. And your young man shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. See? So those who are, when we go through Guru Siyag Siddha, a different awakening, different power we receives, by which we have different capabilities. So different people get different capabilities. Sometime everybody gets complete journey, they get everything in the complete journey, but sometime in a specific period, sometimes somebody is listening divine sound, sometimes they are having a visions of future, sometimes they see their own many births which they have taken in the past, so many things. And those are the old men, those have just had it in the dream. They now will realize their dreams and they'll see, yes, it is true, and they will realize whatever we heard was not just a dream, it is coming true. And chapter 2 verse 17, and on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit. So here he's saying those who will receive the grace of comforter, who they will be. And they shall prophesy. Chapter 2 verse 18, relevant to it is the prophecy of Jesus about sending a comforter, who through initiation by Shaktipat would bestow divine pleasure and knowledge. That's what we are talking about. The comforter will make us capable. So people will identify the comforter when he make his disciples capable. We have it in chapter 2 verse 33 of the Acts said, therefore being by the right hand of God exalted, and having received of the Father the promise of the Holy Ghost, he hath shed forth this, he hath shed forth this, which ye now see and hear. Jai Shri Gurudev to everyone, those who are watching live and those who will watch it later. Okay, we find description of initiation by Shaktipat in several of our philosophical works and books. Swami Vivekanand ji had gone to the extent of saying that this knowledge was a gift of our philosophy only. But because of the properties of Kali Yuga, the present age, the dark age, the divine knowledge has almost disappeared from the land of the world. After Shaktipat, the Kundalini power is awakened in my sadhakas. Now Gurudev is saying, after Shaktipat, the Kundalini power is awakened in my sadhak disciples, and different types of kiryas like postures, bandh, mudras and pranayam start voluntarily. Kundalini Shakti bring under control sadhak's body, breath, heart, and the mind by itself. Thus, the sadhak does not have to put in any efforts, and neither is he in any position to do them, and nor can he stop them. Scientists from the physical science will be immensely benefited by this divine knowledge to find solutions to many of their problems. Kundalini, which is also called Chitti, is the divine light of the Supreme Being, and hence knowledge therein is at its climax. It is eternal, omniscient, and omnipresent. It is no matter of any surprise if, on awakening of Shakti, Kundalini, the sadhaka, the sadhak, the disciples acquire knowledge about the past, the present, and the future. God is Sachida Ananda. On awakening of Chitti Kundalini, practitioner continuously enjoy trance, sensual, and undying divine bliss, compared to which pleasure derived from the physical intoxications appear artificial and insignificant. Hence, a sense of hatred develop, develops against such intoxications, and they are easily given up without suffering any ill effects. Many of my disciples, sadhaks, Gurudev says, many of his disciples were addicted to using intoxicants like liquor, opium, bhang, and ganja, intoxicating hemp leaves. The divine bliss has helped all of them to seek a release from the bondage of all types of intoxications without suffering any bodily or mental pain. Besides, this bliss completely subdues the mental tensions and is also a cause of cure of disease like insanity, blood pressure, sleeplessness without restoring to the without re, res- resorting to the use of medicines. Even those not responding to electrical shock treatment have been completely cured of their ailments. There are instances available of patients who could not be cured by insulin treatment, but the same persons, after receiving Shaktipat Diksha, have been completely relieved of their dreaded diseases. Beside philosophy of yoga, we find detailed description of the bliss divine in other holy scriptures as well, particularly references from the Bhagavad Gita, in which Lord Krishna has spoken about it in the minutest minutest details are quoted here under. I will read it in from Hindi book, which is easy for me to read in Hindi rather than reading it in English. Uh, huh. He says in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, "Bahaye saparshesh vasaktatma vind tyatmani yat sukham sa brahma yog yuktatma sukham kshay sukham shayam shanute." He says, meaning when the soul is no longer attached to external contacts or objects, one finds the happiness that is in the self. Such a one who is self controlled in yoga on God enjoys undying bliss. Again, he says, युञ्जनेवं सदात्मानं योगी नियतमानसः शांति निर्वाण परमाम मत संस्थाम दिगच्छति. It means the disciple, the yogi of subdued mind, ever keeping himself thus harmonized, attains to peace, the supreme nirvana which abides in me. He further says, Sukh matyantikam yat the buddhi graham matindriyam vetti yatra na chevayam sthit shach lati tatvatah. Gita. Meaning that in which he finds this supreme delight perceived by the intelligence and beyond the reach of senses, wherein established he no longer falls away from the truth. Next. Again he says, Prashant manasam honam yoginam sukhmuttamam upeti shantarajasam brahma bhutam kalamsham. Shantaranjasam brahma bhutam kalmasham. Meaning, for supreme happiness comes to the disciple, to the yogin, whose mind is peaceful, whose passions are at rest, who is stainless and has become one with God. Next says, Yunjnevam sadatmanam yogi vigat kalp masha sukhen brahma sansparsh matyatam sukham shanute. Says, meaning, the making of self ever harmonized, the yogi who has put away sin experiences easily the infinite bliss of contact with the eternal. The human body, according to the Vedic philosophy, according to the Vedic psychology, science of spiritualism, is composed of 7 types of sheath, in whom the soul, under them the soul has its abode. The different sheaths are: first is matter, second is life, third is mind, fourth is science, intelligence, fifth is bliss, sixth is knowledge, and fifth is bliss, knowledge, and existence, or bliss becoming being. Knowledge you can also call being, and existence becoming. So that way we can also look at it. Okay. I'll read out this paragraph, then we still have, tomorrow we'll complete. Okay. In the present stage of our development, the ordinary people have evolved only the first 3 types of their use in a day-to-day life. Some people, through their competence, have the ability to use this scientific sheath also, as science at present is not directed from its own abode, but works from its stationary position in the intelligence-dominated mind. Therefore, science, instead of indulging in any creative activities, does more. Therefore, science, instead of indulging in any creative activity, does more of destructive work. Yogi can go even beyond this to a point where science is visible. The time science starts working under directions from its own residence, it will be used totally for creative purposes only. It is with this point in view that Maharishi Shri Aurobindo in his prophecy had said, India shall rise to offer to the world the ideal of yoga. It is through yoga that India shall attain her freedom, unity, and eminence. Yoga will provide her with protection also. One of the greatest of the sages, Rishi Shri Yagvalkya, had reached up to the stage of real bliss. The remaining last three sheets, however, may not have not been realized as yet. Sadhak practitioner from the Siddha Yoga or Mahayog stage, which is accomplished by grace of Sadguru through Shaktipat, have been successful in obtaining knowledge about the seven sheets. And then several such examples are available in our Shastras, in our holy scriptures. Patanjal's philosophy of yoga has, in its 195 couplets only, prescribed the functional method for attainment of Kevalyapad state, the final state. Okay, this is what today we will read, and next, because it is already time 9:30, we will have still left some session, some content of this chapter. Initiation we will cover it tomorrow, and we will listen now Gurudev's Sanjeevani mantra. Before that, there is a question on a chat message. Sushma Kumari sister says, brother, क्या होली बाइबल हिंदी में है? Yes, it is also available in Hindi. Bible की भविष्यवाणियाँ, you can get PDF and you can read it, and you can send me message on my phone number, WhatsApp number, and I will give you the PDF of Hindi. You can take print out of the PDF and can read it out. We have also done Hindi sessions. Bible की भविष्यवाणी, a complete session we have done. You can follow those sessions also while reading the book. Okay, let's hear the Sanjeevani mantra. And Sanjeevani mantra as told by Gurudev being himself. So when we listen the Sanjeevani mantra, when we chant the Sanjeevani mantra, actually we are in yoga with Gurudev. So as much as we chant the Sanjeevani mantra, we are in touch with Gurudev. We are having yoga with Gurudev when we are chanting the mantra. Okay, let's listen the divine mantra in Gurudev's voice.
Cling. What does yoga mean? Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddha Yoga? Siddha Yoga heals, cures or frees the body from any physical illness, adds various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity or tingling. According to Siddha Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. A regular practice of Siddha Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc., and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 cling, Krishna, cling.
This is the divine mantra, Gurudev himself in this mantra. Whoever listen to this mantra and chant the mantra mentally without moving lips and tongue and does 2 times of meditation on Gurudev's picture and gets enlightened and walks on the path of spirituality and his spiritual journey starts. Okay, for more information you can give me WhatsApp or give the comments on this video and I will respond in the next session. We will meet tomorrow Indian time almost around 8:30. Time is not fixed because before that there is a session happens in Hindi. Sometimes that session gets delayed, so I try to keep the session at 8:30 generally. So hopefully we meet tomorrow at 8:30. Till then, to all of you, Jai Shri Gurudev.